Hey everybody, welcome to episode 23 of the VHS Bandits. This week we watched Double Dragon. Let's pop in the tape.
2007, Los Angeles. The city has changed. Cops rule the day. Punks rule the night. And one man wants to rule them all. There's only one thing he needs to succeed.
This is only half of it. Find me the other half now.
And look who's got it.
It magnifies the power inside you. This half gives power over the body.
All right, so where's the on button?
Now, two brothers will stop at nothing to protect their half.
Look out!
And a madman will stop at nothing to possess it.
You're gonna love this.
Let's have some fun.
Who wants gum?
If they succeed, they're heroes. But if he does, they're history.
Watch your step. Time to skin you guys.
T2's Robert Patrick, Scott Wolf, Mark DeCostos, and Alyssa Milano. Double Dragon.
You said it. We don't really have to wear these, do we?
And now, our feature presentation.
Hey everybody, welcome again to episode 23 of the VHS Bandits. This week we watched Double Dragon. As always, I am the Kevbot, and with me is...
Dane Train.
And...
Topher Hansen.
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Fantastic. After watching this movie,
What the fuck happened in this movie?
Double Dragon.
so this was a serious treat getting this because we didn't go to Savers for it. We didn't get it on the internet. We didn't get it at a yard sale. This was submitted to us by one of our biggest fans on the internet.
Woo! One of our
friend.
internet fans.
Yeah, our good buddy.
As opposed to any fan that listens to podcasts that aren't involved with the internet.
Yeah.
The analog podcast.
Well, the millions of fans who just show up here in the studio.
Well, you
and
know,
just spy on us and breathe heavily. Those guys.
I find, we've talked about this before.
Calm down.
Statistically, we get about the same amount of downloads of our show for every single episode, right? So of all of those, we only have about a handful of people that are vocal with us online. And think about all those other people who don't contribute in interacting with us.
And there's people in
really should.
Norway and like England and shit. And so, hey, everybody.
Yeah.
In other countries.
Talk
Thanks
to us.
for listening.
The
Yeah,
VHS Bandits at gmail.com. Give us a holler and chat with us. We'd love to talk to you guys.
How'd you hear about us? What do you think of our episodes? Do you agree with our ratings? Do you disagree with our ratings?
Yeah, we want to hear from you guys.
Yeah. So this was freaking sweet.
This is donated to us.
Yeah. Which
Did you mention by
is
who?
Awesome.
This was donated to us by our good friend Scotty, who contributes on our Facebook page, and he sent us a picture of this tape and was like, "Hey guys, Merry Christmas! I'll send this off to you." So we just got this about a week ago, and we figured there's no time better than now to open up this USPS package and watch the tape.
There's nice packaging, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very nice. So, Scotty, again, thank you so much
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
for
thank you.
submitting this tape to us. You're the man. And thanks so much for sending this in.
I love how fucking shitty this box is. I've never
Oh,
seen
man.
more stickers on a tape box.
It's rough.
There's nothing more
We've
than...
probably posted it on our Instagram by now. So check out our Instagram at the VHS Band at the VHS
Just regular VHS
at
Bandits.
VHS Bandits.
Hashtag
Not
VHS
at
Bandits.
regular VHS
No,
Bandits.
no.
At VHS Bandits.
Like, it's one thing when you get a tape that's like in the plastic and it's all nice. I don't like that. I like tapes like this that have like a real patina that, like, like I've always talked about this, but
This tape should smell like a grandma's basement.
yeah,
I was
like
gonna say it has character.
definitely. When I see a tape like this, it means to me that there's sort of an untold story behind this tape. Like,
Seriously, look at that. There's a thank you sticker on it, and
Right in the front.
it's not even like it's like upside down and askew.
With
so it's like
pencil-
thank
with
you,
pen
but
marks on
not
it.
really. Like I'm not gonna take the extra 1 second to actually make this sticker adjacent with the title of the movie. But thanks, kinda. What was it for? Thank you for renting it. Is it a? I
don't know.
Thank you, like this is a last dying wish in the hospital. Was
it reminds me of like when you buy a jug of detergent at the grocery
Yeah,
store
yeah,
and
yeah.
they put
They
an
just,
orange
like-
sticker on it,
like
to
so
show that
you
bought
know
it.
that you bought this milk.
Yeah. So like the thing about a tape like this is obviously when you buy a tape that's pristine, it doesn't tell you anything about it. When you buy a tape like this, it obviously depicts that this was a formal rental tape at a rental store, at a video store, and just think about how many times that this tape had been rented out for like a kid's birthday party or a sleepover, or somebody had a shitty day.
Someone wanted to jerk off to that lead actress.
Oh yeah,
Alyssa
friggin'
Milano.
Alyssa Milano.
Can I borrow this tape?
And it's just a tape like this. The fact that it's all beat up. Where was it? Where it's an untold story that nobody will ever know.
Doesn't it have a sticker of some sort on the tape itself, or
No,
is that just a
no,
barcode?
it's
no,
just
the other side does it?
no, it's all kind of scratched up.
Oh,
The
other-
I mean,
glue.
yeah, I can't really tell.
Oh.
It says Farm Fresh number 175.
Oh, farm to table
At
VHS
least
tapes.
that's what
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it says. I could be wrong.
non-GMO.
I don't know. It's all kind of scratch. I mean, that's what it kind of looks like, but I don't know.
It's from Somerville.
But in any case, the fact that this
that's
tape
the warning one.
has all the cool rental stickers on it and it's all beat up, I would rather have this than a tape that looks brand spanking new.
I was
'cause,
where I was like,
you know-
oh, is this gonna play? Like that's how
oh
beat up
yeah.
the box is.
Well, there were many times when we were watching this and it was getting all like kind of messed up during
Yeah,
the tape. And I'm
adjust
like,
your
ooh,
tracking.
Yeah.
it'll be like when
Thank
we
God
watched
for auto tracking.
when we watched Zombie Chicks in Biker Town or what Biker Chicks in Zombie Town.
Zombie chicks and Tommy.
And that tape got all messed up, That
is true.
So that's the other thing too. That's the risk when we watch these tapes. We don't know if the tapes are actually going to be all right or
Yeah,
not.
that's the danger associated with VHS and the VHS Bandits.
yeah.
We live dangerously.
Yeah, unlike Netflix people.
That's why we're
there might be
bandits.
artifacting.
Dangerous being a
But
bandit.
you don't need to adjust your tracking.
That's right.
So let's jump right into it. We got this tape. We decided to watch it. What kind of food do we get this week?
Oh,
What do
fucking
we-
Burger King.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Burger Swill.
Our unofficial sponsor for this episode, Burger King.
Bologna
yeah.
King. The bologna sandwich.
I got a. I don't know if you guys saw.
just a sandwich.
I don't know if you guys saw on our page, but one of my close
Burger
buddies. One of my close buddies, and also a big fan of the show, my buddy Kevin. Not Kevbot Kevin, but
Not me.
different Kevin.
I didn't get Dane anything.
Again, they are not friends in real life. They are just cordial for the podcast.
He sent me a Christmas card with a Burger King gift card in it, and I had coupons. So I'm like, hey, what the hell? Let's go to Burger King. And this is the worst Burger King in the world. The thing is, it's literally right down the street from where we record the podcast. So it's convenient, but man, the friggin' worst.
This
Lady never
this
gives you goddamn
experience-
cups.
Never.
This experience was pretty terrible. Our
Like,
food,
and there was some
was
dude that, like-
lukewarm at best.
Yeah.
There's some dude already like waiting for his food like before we got there, and he was still
was there
waiting after we
forever.
left.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
was-
Well,
He
it's
was
just
there
like a
for a
really
while.
sad place.
Yeah. And the thing too is like it's one of those Burger Kings that's all been like redesigned inside to look all modern and cool and hip,
but it's like
really
immediately
shitty.
shitty.
And then it looks like a dog went in there and that was wet, but not wet
Yeah.
with water, wet with Coke because everything is
Friggin' sticky.
sticky
Yep.
and just shook off.
Like if the if the Burger King at in Northborough is the Whopper, then the Burger King in Shrewsbury is the Cheetos chicken fries.
That's the perfect way to describe it.
No, it's more like the warm farts of the Cheeto chicken fries. Dane Train's warm farts.
Oh, hey, you know.
Speaking of, Dane's got a
farts,
fart.
hey, you know what was definitely a really good thing about tonight? My order was correct.
Oh, really? But it was still room temperature.
Yeah.
None of our food was even. It was not that warm.
No.
We had
It's
to
pretty crazy.
order twice or give the lady the receipt.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's like,
Receipts
I don't know what
didn't
the fuck
print
you
out.
got. Give me your receipt. What is
I
it?
think the machine ran out of paper to print out our orders. She's like, I'm sorry. Can you guys tell me what you guys ordered again? I'm like, here's my slip.
We should have just been like all of it. We just ordered all the food,
Give
just
me
pack
everything.
it all up. And who cares if we would have gotten lukewarm food? We would have gotten 1 million cheeseburgers,
And-
all the French fries.
I didn't get any ketchup packets. She didn't ask me if I wanted any sauce with my nuggets. And like I was like waiting to be like, oh, maybe I'll ask to
They
get
just
some ketchup
ignored
packets.
you.
Yeah, they just completely ignored me. And I had to get the squirty ketchup in those little fucking
little cups.
the little like paper cups, and put them in the bag and pray to Jesus that they did not spill out all over the bag.
You had to pray to the double dragon of body and of spirit,
And then,
or
like-
mind, or whatever.
I mean, like, what? I don't like a lot of crap on my burger, so I go in and I get, a bacon cheeseburger.
Plus, you almost got ran over.
Oh, seriously? So like first
2 days ago.
First I'm like, hey, can I get a burger but like plain with just the bacon and cheese? And then you did it again. She's like, she goes, "Ay, Dios mío," like under her breath. and then like we're
This is like a Burger King from The Simpsons or something. This is like
Yeah.
a crusty burger.
and then like yeah. So the other day we go because we were watching Munchie, Roger Corman classic, and we were going to the side of the building, and some lady in a grand chair goes like, and like freaking zooms right past us. I'm like, what the fuck, lady? You almost fucking killed us. You crazy!
And then
This
she
is
waves
Burger
like,
King.
oh, thank you.
Yeah, she's like,
Almost killed you, but...
Jesus.
Yeah, that's enough
Crazy,
about Burger King.
crazy
sorry.
Burger King adventures.
Anywho, yeah, the Burger King
We got
right on the
Burger King
Worcester
for this.
line, Route 9.
Shrewsbury.
If you want a
sucks.
terrible experience, go there.
Yeah. So anywho, back to Double Dragon.
So, I mean, we've talked about the condition this box
It
is
says
in.
action dash adventure on a cool little sticker plus PG-13.
Ooh, that's my
and-
favorite kind of action.
You want to
dash
read the box
adventure.
for us,
Yeah,
Dane
I
Train?
do. So Double Dragon, evil has just met its match. The New York Post says a double blast of fun and entertaining high energy mix. There you go.
Cool.
So let's see here. The phenomenally successful video game is now a movie. Double Dragon roars to life with amazing special effects, spectacular action sequences, and a knockabout sense of humor. It's the year 2007, well into the future.
Wow, the future.
The future, 2007.
And what remains of LA? Well, holy shit, that's 10 years ago. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And what
The
remains of
future of 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I can't believe this is such a accurate depiction of the future.
Of the future,
of the
yeah.
past.
It is. Yeah, they got a lot of
futuristic
things
past.
right, actually.
Yeah.
To be honest, because like we'll get into it.
Yeah,
I guess.
all right.
Finish the box. I'm sorry.
So LA is now New Angeles, a city ravaged by earthquakes, tidal waves, and vicious gangs.
So nothing's different.
yeah. The evil
That's not
tycoon.
true. They have water there then.
Oh yeah, they do have a lot of water now. The drought's over.
No, yeah. The evil tycoon Kogashuko. Say that 10 times fast.
I can't.
Portrayed by Robert Patrick, is obsessed with finding the two halves of a talisman known as the Double Dragon, which will give him
The double-sided dragon.
which will give him awesome mystical powers. Not cool, not great, but awesome mystical powers. Two teenage brothers, Jimmy and Billy Lee, not remember in the actual game they were called Bimmy
No.
Lee.
If you say so.
It was misspelled in the game, but anyway.
Okay. I don't remember the game as well as I should have, but I only rented it a couple times from Browns.
Okay. So Jimmy and Billy Lee, played by Mark Dacascos and Scott Wolf, find themselves in possession of the ambulance missing half, thrusting them into the adventure of their lives. With the help of Maria, Alyssa Milano, and her vigilant group, the Power Corps,
And her puffy nipples.
Jimmy and Billy must summon all of their courage, resourcefulness, and martial arts skills to stop the villain's malevolent plan. Crackling with the energy and humor of its two heroes, Double Dragon is a high-octane action spectacular. Buckle up your seatbelt and enjoy the ride.
In parentheses, your seatbelt.
It doesn't say. Wait, it does. Yeah, buckle your seatbelt.
your double-sided double dragon dildo strap on belt.
And buckle up for the enjoy the ride. It is an hour and 63 minutes.
ride of your life.
Made in 1994 and rated PG-13. Yeah. So let's talk about Double Dragon.
Awesome.
I don't know anybody's name. This is another movie where I don't like. It's the evil dude's name.
Let me consult the back of the box. Shog. Yeah, I mean, because they said it a million times in the movie, but
did
like
They did.
It's
I
so
didn't know
friggin'.
they were referring to him because it's like some Japanese name,
Yeah.
but it's just like Skinny Guy Fieri.
He allegedly goes by many names.
It's very difficult to say his. Yeah, Koga Shugi. That's a hard one. Koga Shugi.
Kogashugi.
Oh god, they should have just called him Bison and got it over with.
Yeah. Oh, so we got to talk
or,
about
or General Bison.
the trailers for this movie. There's only
The
one.
trailer.
There's only one.
Street Fighter.
The other awesome
Another-
video game
Right,
based movie.
and after watching that, I was like, Street Fighter is the only good video game movie.
Yeah.
I take that back. Double Dragon is also
Yes.
the only good video game movie. Those two movies.
You guys don't like Mario Brothers?
No.
So ridiculous.
Well,
So ridiculous.
I'm not gonna lie. I find the Mario Brothers movie very hard to watch.
No kidding. I saw, I saw it in the theater, and like as soon
that's
as
disappointing.
the like first like 5 seconds of the movie is like the cartoon Mario, and I was
the
like,
only
oh my
funny part.
god, it's gonna be like the
Hey,
show.
paisanos,
yeah,
hey,
it's like
Captain
do the
Luan
Mario,
Piano.
do cocaine and beat your wife, do the Mario. But then it's like immediately goes into like shitty movie mode. I was like, what the fuck is this? That was one of my like
Shitty movie
early
mode.
disappointments.
Yeah, that movie sucked.
And I
really
still like
disliked it.
taped it off of pay-per-view. I had my mom record it when I was like out of the house.
So, yeah,
Where does it?
Kogashuko.
This movie, I thought Moonwalker was bananas. This movie, it's better than Moonwalker. It's also
It's
cuckoo
very
bananas.
Yeah.
Cookie bananas.
This is
movie's
another one like what?
banana cookies.
Another movie that like just starts and doesn't stop.
Yeah.
there
does
is no
not.
downtime for like sappy monologues or anything. There's like one scene where they're
Yeah.
like throwing a lunchbox into the river for some reason, and that's like really the only lull.
Yeah.
but they're still like fighting and yelling at each other.
It's a wild ride. That's
is.
why I had to buckle your seatbelt and enjoy the ride.
That's why you had to buckle up your seatbelt.
It's where how does it start? It starts in like ancient Japan. So
No,
we
it
think.
just starts somewhere in Japan.
But it has a voiceover that's like in Japan 1,000 years ago.
It's the
or
voice
whatever.
of,
Blah, blah, blah.
Robert Patrick, the T2000, the T1000, right?
T1000.
T1000.
Yeah.
And then so he's talking about ancient Japan in like this.
No, he never talks about ancient
Yes,
Japan.
he does, dude. He's talking.
No,
he's talking about
He-
the amulet.
He doesn't, because that's why his two henchmen are finding the amulet.
With the whip lady.
But,
With
yeah,
the
but
whip
he
lady.
He says,
But he's talking about
this guy,
he's talking about
and
the
he made
history,
it.
but it doesn't.
Yeah.
What we're watching is a bunch of monks who have cut their tongues out because they're not going to say where the amulet is hidden.
Yeah.
but it doesn't. We're not watching.
I know.
Ancient.
I found that out right now because you told me. But like watching it, he's talking about ancient Japan, but we're in present day Japan or
Yes.
2007 Japan, and he's talking about the history of the amulet while the future's going on. And like everyone's dressed in it doesn't look like the future. It looks like ancient Japan because there's like samurais and monks and shit. And then this lady
Dude
like
with
pulls
all
out a
the,
computer.
filing cabinet tiny filing cabinet
right,
drawers
yeah.
on
There's a
them.
ninja with like all these like uniform razor blades up and down its outfit that look like a little drawer cabinet.
It looks like a teeny tiny coroner's wall.
Yeah, right.
A little bunch of like dead cockroaches in her vest. And then it cuts to like has a headset and she's on this like weird computer thing. And
Because she found one half of the Double Dragon amulet.
right.
Maybe they traveled back through time.
That's
I don't
what
know.
I thought, because it cuts to New Angeles
Modern day 2007.
and it says New Angeles 2007. So why didn't it just say 2007 like at the beginning of the movie if it's not in the past? It's so
I don't know.
warped my mind
To keep you in suspense.
to keep me confused. Which it did.
So it turns out the T-1000 already has one half of the Double Dragon amulet.
Dun dun dun.
And he talks a lot. I don't know. He smokes
This
a lot.
entire movie is exposition.
And
when it's either exposition or someone's kicking someone in the face.
yes. But the T-1000 guy, he looks amazing through this whole entire
Oh,
movie. He's
man.
got this sweet black...
Yeah, he never changes
It's
his
like a
clothes.
weird like robe thing with like
Yeah.
mega broad
He's
shoulders.
like Beetlejuice.
and a white
he only has one
turtleneck.
outfit in his
Yeah.
closet.
I think this movie seems to take place over the course of like...
2 years.
What? I was going
No,
to
no,
say
no,
like
no.
3 days.
yeah,
It
I
could-
was gonna say 2-3 days, right?
Yeah. But the
over a
guy,
weekend.
I change my clothes at least every 2 days.
I bet you he goes into his closet and
If I
it's
was
just
a millionaire,
It's the same,
I'd have someone change my clothes for me.
it's the same.
He's like
thing.
Doug, where he just has the same
Yeah. Yeah.
shorts and sweater vest.
I wear today
Yeah.
to take over the world.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
that's-
doesn't even
that's the
want
whole
to take
thing.
over the world. He just wants to take over Los Angeles.
yeah. But his hair, man.
Which is kind of a shitty place to take over. It's overrun by gangs. There's a
Yeah, why does he
curfew
wanna
we
take it
find
over?
out. And
It's all like-
it's
it
not like a
sucks.
police
Blow-
curfew.
yeah.
It's like the police shut down at 8 o'clock every night because of the gangs. They're just like, that's the agreement. They get after dark and we get during the daytime. And that's that. That's the unspoken agreement.
Yeah, and FYI, Bandits, I will be moving to New Angeles 2007. So
So
that's
you
what
better
I have to
find-
look forward to.
You better find the Double Dragon amulet.
We're still going to do the podcast and everything. But yeah, I hope the amulet is at Savers and I can pick one up before I go, or else I'm fucked.
Yeah.
I'm going to run into a Whoopi Goldberg gang and
Oh, yeah, all
I'm
the
gonna run
different gangs.
into a mime gang and
Business casual gang.
and mailman gang.
Mailman gang. Mohawk gang. Testicle gang.
AC/DC gang.
ACDC gang. Yeah. And a Bobo. Don't forget
And a
about a Bobo.
Bobo.
If you guys remember the game, Bobo's in this movie because with
I've
a
never
name like
played the game.
Bobo.
So
Oh, wait, we should
you
talk
guys-
about that real quick.
How accurate is it to the adaptation?
I don't
on
remember
film?
the game that well.
All I remember in the game is you got the two brothers, there's some blonde chick, and this big muscular dude punches the girl in the stomach, puts her over his
that
shoulder.
Bobo?
Probably. Takes off, and then you have to fight all these goons to save the chick. And
Oh,
that's
so
all I
it's like-
remember from the game. It's
it's
just
Mario.
it's just a beat 'em up
yeah,
game.
Yeah, like
Like Streets
You
of
said
Rage.
Streets of
Battletoads
Rage.
because there was
there was a Battletoads Double Dragon game.
yeah.
Yeah.
Battletoads was fucking awesome.
Wait, Battletoads Double Dragon?
Yeah.
Excuse
there's
me,
a
what?
mashup.
They crossed over.
Wait, what? How? What the fuck? What? I didn't know anything about this.
Really? Oh, we're gonna have to
What
go
was
over
this
my
on?
house.
The
Neo
only thing
Geo?
I know about.
No,
It's on
Super
Game
Nintendo
Kong.
and Genesis.
No shit.
I gotta
Wow.
cut. You're gonna come over and we're gonna
Oh,
play it.
we gotta
It
play
is
it.
have it?
fucking hard.
Well,
that is a
freaking
difficult
Battletoads is
game.
stupid.
Is it
hard.
like third level Earthworm Jim hard?
It's like first level is third level Earthworm Jim.
Right,
Hard.
yeah.
Whoa.
Gosh.
Crazy.
It is tough, but it's fun until you're tired of dying
Battletoads
all
was
the time.
fun. I never played Double Dragon. Battletoads is awesome.
Is there like a Konami code like I can play in Contra where I get 30 lives to play with?
There might be, but I was too young to really like try and look that stuff up. It wasn't.
It
in
wasn't
the,
in Tips and Tricks?
It wasn't in Nintendo Power, so I didn't bother. Yeah, or maybe it wasn't. I just didn't get that issue. I don't know. But they, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it was a great like beat 'em up game like Streets of Rage or Clash of Demon Head or
the Simpsons game.
The Simpsons game, yeah, the Simpsons arcade game, or even the Turtles games.
Yep.
Yeah.
all
Alien
that
vs.
kind of
Predator on the arcade.
Ooh, that's
Or
a good
Super
one.
Nintendo.
Or Super Nintendo. Yep.
Yeah,
Super
a
Pretendo.
lot of classic games in that kind of style. But I don't remember Double Dragon as much.
Does the Alien vs. Predator movie count as a video game because Alien vs. Predator video game came out?
No.
No,
I don't think so.
Okay.
not at all.
What about Aliens vs. Predator Requiem?
I would
no,
rather
that's
watch
because-
someone
I
play
know,
Alien
I
vs.
know. We
Predator
don't need to
game
get-
for 2 hours than watch those movies again.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
I
tried
totally
watching
agree.
Alien, the second one. I mean, they kill a kid in like the first 10
Alien
minutes.
vs.
of the
Predator
movie.
Requiem?
Yeah.
Dude,
A
that
kid
was the
dies,
biggest
like,
letdown
immediately.
because they were like, this is going to be rated R. It's going to be great. And it was.
Is that the one where it's like in a suburban town?
It's
Yeah.
in
Yeah. It's
There's
w-
like
'cause,
they go through a high school
like
and some
Washington.
weird shit.
Because I thought that the first Alien vs. Predator was pretty bad. But the
Yeah.
second one was, that was
Did we
toilet
see that
water.
in the theater together?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And Steve Ward had to get a ticket for Super Babies because he wasn't old enough. One for Baby Genius's Super Babies. please. Anyway, this movie.
And,
Enough
back
about
to
Super
Double
Babies.
Back
Yeah.
to Double Dragon. Yeah. So
Really, the only thing they have in common is the
They fight people.
the two guys, the Lee brothers.
Is there an amulet?
in the game,
Who
I don't remember,
knows?
dude. I don't remember.
Whatever.
We could look this up, but I'm
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
my phone's all the way over there.
So what happens after that? So they get the amulet.
the
That
amulet.
guy's
Well,
got the
well,
amulet.
the thing
and
is-
they're with their mom, who is younger than them.
I think she's just like
She's like their
a couple
guardian.
years old. Yeah, but like maybe a couple years older.
She must be a guardian.
Yeah,
But
she
she's like-
somehow knew their father who died, and
she was
she
fucking
promised
him.
to take care of them. And she coaches them because
And
when
they're
we-
like borderline 30 years old. By
They
the
sure
way.
look
yeah,
it.
they're pretty old, but she's training them to
She's
fight.
like 32.
Because when we get introduced to these three characters, they're in like a Karate Kid style, like underground Karate Kid style karate match. Weirdly enough,
What do
like a
those karate
tag
people do?
team
Oh, yeah,
karate
karate.
match, which is weird.
Yeah.
don't know.
It was very strange. Ass to ass. It was like that type of. It was a Requiem for a Dream karate battle.
Yeah,
And they lose the match
they do.
because they're not that good at karate, even though they really are. But they like fight a lot between each other.
Yeah,
And one of the brothers.
They're
They're
not a good-
not brothers,
they're not
by
a
the
good
way,
tag
which is very
team.
confusing unless they have
they
two
just,
different mothers.
They just don't look alike.
yeah, because one is Japanese and one's a white dude.
But they're trying to play off like, okay, like I think in Street Fighter, Ken and Ryu are brothers.
the American hero is from France.
What? Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah,
like,
right. Yeah.
According to
Fighter.
like
Is
Street
Latin
Fighter
America.
like character development, Ken and Ryu are brothers or something. If you know the real answer to that, email us at the VHSBandits@gmail.com. So I think they're trying to go off this because it's the white kid and the Iron Chef. Whatever. So they live in a theater, an abandoned theater.
Right, yeah, it's like a high school. Well, it's not. It is a theater, but it looks like a high school
It's
theater.
like
and there's
the
like
Strand
desks
in
and there's
Clinton.
like every
Yeah.
yeah.
There's like a basketball court in there too, right?
Right, yeah. What
So
the fuck is happening? There's a
they're-
gumball machine.
Their guardian has the other half of the amulet.
And they knew about it for a long time.
We should probably talk
Yeah.
about what the amulet does.
Who fucking knows? It turns you into a shadow man.
One
Yeah.
half
And then you possess
controls
people.
the spirit of the mind, and one half controls like the
soul of the mind?
No,
yeah,
one's the
something.
soul and one's the body.
Yeah.
So one makes you invincible, Starman
and you
style.
can inhabit other people's bodies.
Yeah.
That's
And
the mind one. Like you
yeah.
jump into their head.
And you turn into a Alex Mack type.
Yeah, Capri Sun,
Yeah.
liquid. Well, then again, T1000, you know.
Yeah.
But he's like, the emboss filter on any editing system.
Right, yeah.
So-
And then the one that they have is the
The body.
body,
one.
which apparently just makes you.
But they don't know how to fucking use it.
No, they don't.
And this other guy knows how to use it, which all he does is like hold it in both hands.
He's been trying to find it for a long time.
yeah. And Their, for lack of a better word, their hot mom is like telling them all about the amulet, and like for no reason other than it suits the audience to know. Because as I said, everything in this movie, if it comes out of someone's mouth, it's exposition, and because they haven't heard, they're like, you haven't told us about the amulet. And she's like, all right, I'll tell you right now, even though I've been keeping it a secret for 30 years or whatever. And then all of a sudden, this evil Guy Fieri guy comes to take it away.
We forgot to talk about the car chase.
Oh my God! Yeah,
where they're driving back from this tournament, and it's after curfew, and there's a
monster truck.
Yes, there looks to be a woman stranded on the side of the road, and it turns out to be a gentleman.
Yeah, it's like
to be a trick to get him to pull over.
It's this dude in a schoolgirl outfit and a wig.
Listen,
and one of
if that's his thing, if that's his gang,
Yeah,
Must
you know,
be in
that's
the
fine.
schoolgirl transvestite gang.
Yeah, and then the
Transgendered.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, it would be a transvestite. That's still a thing.
Oh yeah, dude wearing a cross-dresser.
Yeah.
He's in a schoolgirl cross-dresser gang.
And
Yes. Then the Mohawk gang shows up,
Right,
led
but the Double
by
Dragon-
a Bobo.
one of the Double Dragon guys is like, hey, let me pull over so that I can pick up this transvestite hooker or whatever. Like, that's legit what he says. Not in those words, but he says,
Yeah.
pull over because I want to bang this girl, basically.
Easy target, pretty much.
Yeah, it's very creepy.
Yeah, definitely.
And then she does it. Like, why would she pull over? Especially after curfew
Yeah.
in this town. Are you kidding me?
You should know by now.
Yeah,
You should know
seriously.
now, Topher.
I won't
just
pull
know.
over to help schoolgirls in Los Angeles. If I'm driving,
Just don't pull over.
yeah, I'm
Don't
never going to
pull
pull over. Ever.
You're not going to live anywhere. You're just going to constantly
I'm just
drive.
driving in circles, throwing my old Burger King cups into my center stack
your
so
Mr.
I
Fusion.
can power my.
Dude, that was like the weirdest thing. How like cars just run on like
Trash.
On trash.
Only that car.
If they had
because
coal, they would just shovel that into the little
Yeah,
compartment.
because the monster truck car just was fine.
Yeah.
Like, it got great gas
The
mileage.
cops
even though
Hummer,
it's like,
same thing.
a Bobo
gigantic.
drove this monstrous Jeep
With
that
tinfoil
had-
teeth.
Yeah, tinfoil teeth on the front and joystick driving camera.
Oh yeah, because they
thing.
throw.
They throw
Yeah,
a
they get
map
in a
in his
car chase.
windshield and
Yeah, it's like a cheesy
throw 'em
newspaper,
off.
like literally
Yeah.
cheesy. It has like
it's
nacho cheese
just
on
a
it.
crazy chase sequence. And
This is one of the things that like they got right about the future is his like GPS system. I know it was like a fucking video game.
looks like Reboot.
Yeah.
Yep. I love like that look of computer graphics in old movies.
That like
I don't know
completely unfinished.
Yeah, it looks
computer-
terrible. It's
You know,
just
for
all like polygons.
2007, it really wasn't like too far behind where we actually were.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, like, I don't know. I like that aesthetic.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Like if you watch the movie Arcade,
Oh yeah.
like that kind of. I don't know. I like that stuff. I miss that stuff.
And so it like that. It looked like a GPS in like an autonomous vehicle, like the way that the layout of their video game car
Right.
thing was. So instead of actually driving and like taking the newspaper off, they like turn the car into a video game and like play video game car chase.
Yeah, it had a camera that
controls.
popped up, and like they could drive via a joystick and
right,
stuff
but
like
it
that.
doesn't like actually. It doesn't show. Like your backup camera shows you what's behind you. It doesn't show you a fucking like video game of what's behind you.
It was more like
Like, that would take way
sonar,
more computing
radar
power.
or something. Whatever.
It was very strange.
So they
and
end
then they
up
crash,
They
right?
crash in an alley.
Michael Jackson's there and he Tommy guns them all to death.
He was the car all along. And that's when Alyssa Milano's gang shows up, and they're dressed all as the graffiti along the walls. Oh
Yeah.
my god!
Like they must have been sitting there for so long. This is
Just
like
waiting for anybody to show up.
like in Muppet
That was-
Babies when
that was
Kermit was standing
their-
against the green wall with his eyes closed and
Yeah.
he opens them up. That's this game.
that's their alley. Out of the whole New Angeles, they just have one alley that's their turf. But if you go in that fucking alley,
Yeah, they never really do anything.
No.
Except play
Well, they were
video
like
games
the
like
good
skateboard.
gang because
Yeah.
it's like they had all the
Well-
kids who didn't have homes. So really, they just had a gang full of children.
Yeah.
Whereas everyone else had Angus
Adults.
Young lookalikes and
mailmen.
mailmen.
Yeah.
And weird
had
mimes
male
with
children.
frog fingers and all
Oh
kinds
yeah,
of stuff.
Mickey Mouse hands.
Meanwhile, they had the cast of Roundhouse.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
So Bobo runs away.
Yeah,
And
because
he
he's
goes
afraid
back
of children.
to the T1000 and says, "Oh, I saw an amulet like that. This girl had it, and this is where they are just like, oh, and this is where they live."
Yeah, and why is he talking to this guy anyway? He wasn't even after the amulet because he didn't know anything about it.
Because apparently he put out I don't know. I got nothing on that one.
Yeah, well, nobody knows.
Yeah.
Unclear as to why Bobo is talking to Guy Fieri. But
T. Fieri has that's a fusion of the T1000 and Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri 1000.
He just pops up out of a liquid goo and goes, "Hey, whoa! I'm the kicker." He has the best henchmen who don't have the best part until the very end, which we'll get to.
Literally,
Yeah.
the very end of the movie.
They should have
Yeah.
been way more utilized.
One being the infamous Ali Young, who is the best henchman in movie history. I love that guy.
Yeah.
He's awesome.
And another guy, the other guy is just someone who looks vaguely like him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very long hair.
Who knows who that guy
Yeah, they
is?
slapped a fake mustache on him, fake ponytail. There you go.
Yeah.
Going on.
Perfect. They go and they try and get the second half of the amulet at the
Amulet store.
amulet store
Dick Little's amuletwarehouse.com.
warehouse site.
Maybe some magic amulets or something.
Yeah.
And-
No, where do they live?
They live in
can't
the
think of
theater.
The theater.
shitty
That's
theater. So
yeah.
that's
That's
when
right.
they're like.
I was
They're
gonna say
like hot
auditorium.
moms
They
talking
live in
about-
a school auditorium.
Pretty much, they live in Patton School.
Yeah.
And there's Pinocchio painted on the walls.
No, they
and
don't
where
because the
wild things
walls don't fold down into tables.
are. That's true.
And they get in a fight.
Yeah, because the guy- Guy Fieri.
Guardian lady fights Guy Fieri.
Yep. And he's always smoking. He
Yeah.
always has a magic cigarette that appears out of nowhere, like in the middle of scenes. You never see him take it out. He just doesn't have it, and then he magically has a cigarette in one of those like Cruella de Vil smoking sticks. And
Whatever it's
sorry, I
called.
just want to bring that up.
No, it's okay. I was gonna say the Hunter Thompson-esque. 'cause he
Yeah,
had
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Kind of like that.
That would have been much more manly thing of me to say.
For those of you who are not well versed in Disney films, hopefully Gonzo journalism.
Hunter
is your
S.
thing.
Thompson, 101 Dalmatians, Fear and
Same
Loathing
thing.
Las Vegas.
Maybe watch.
Yeah, it's all the same
Maybe
thing.
watch Once Upon a Time, the TV show.
If you've
Who
seen
knows?
Fear and Loathing Las Vegas, you've seen 101 Dalmatians.
Yes. So I keep wanting to say supervisor lady, the Guardian woman.
Supervisor.
Yeah, the supervisor lady gives
TSS.
Billy and what's the other guy's name? Billy and
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Billy and Jimmy.
The half of the amulet and tells him to run. And then it's this whole sequence where they're trying to get out of the auditorium. And she's fighting Guy Fieri. And they're like trying to run away. They run up like the crazy aggro craggy-esque wall, the Global Guts wall that they have there. And like
Take it away, Mo.
one of them is like throwing basketballs at one of the henchmen, and the other one like is actually Iron Chef is actually like fighting Al Leong.
Surprised there wasn't a
And-
tennis ball gun.
Yeah, like
That would not be out of place here.
besides Guts, American Gladiator.
Yeah.
It looks like they were training for American Gladiator because there was like
These-
tires
these
everywhere.
henchmens were probably
and,
named Laser and Eagle and
Bleagle and Blazer and long story short, they lock up the woman in a cage because she was possessed by the T1000, and he got out and was like, well, you can either free her and die in this fire because he was going to set the place on fire, or give me the amulet. And they said, well, we'll die in the fire. We'll rescue her. Why not? There was more fighting. She actually died in the fire, and they got out. So they're really sad because
it
their fake
exploded.
mom
But she
is
could have
dead.
easily got out because she was right next to the door, but she decided not to open it for some
Well,
reason.
she was trying to keep Shuga Mooga Juga from getting the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they could have ran away with all that time they had. She's an idiot. That's all I'm saying. She could have lived. Because
She
Shuga
could've.
Mooga Mooga lived through the explosion. Where the
But
fuck
that's
did he
because he
live?
could turn into a ghost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but like
man.
1,000, like that other lady who has nothing to do with
the
the
whip
movie
lady.
at all, the whip lady.
Who
Well,
I
she
think was-
survived
I
because she
think
was
she
in
was
the.
supposed
No,
to
no,
be
they got
boss.
out of there. Remember, she was like, "Ooh, it's hot in here. I'm going outside."
Yeah.
I don't know.
What was it?
Although Ooga Booga survived it.
Yeah,
That's
It's
true.
just a
Yeah.
some people survived, some people didn't. Except the only person that didn't is
Bobo
their
Bobo
hot mom.
survived
Yeah,
it. But
yeah,
he's-
yeah, a
he
Bobo.
had the strength
he
of
turned-
10 oxen. Or,
Is that when he turns into Ballsack Man?
yeah. Oh, he gets super mega steroids, super future steroids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And goes from a guy who looks like he's on steroids to a really disproportionate fat person.
You just,
He's like supposed to be
Bunch of
all
greasy
muscles, but like
scrotums.
all his muscles went into his arms and his leg fat and like right behind his neck. So it looks like in football you're wearing like that weird padding.
Yeah, and then they just like push him over and he falls.
Yeah. He's just like, I can't get up. I can't get up.
well, the thing is, like, anytime he's on screen, he's just like,
He's just like the pilot in Air Force One.
He's Bobcat Goldthwait.
Yeah, basically. Bobcat did his dubbing for him.
Wasn't Alyssa Milano in, was it Unhappily Ever After?
The
It was
TV
like a
show
sitcom. Yeah.
where Bobcat was the like dust bunny.
man.
was the
I don't
rabbit or
know.
something?
I
I
don't remember.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
The show is great. I used to
Vaguely
love
recall
that.
that. Yeah. I love
I
the
thought
dad.
honestly, I thought
I'm a puppet bummy.
the cop in this movie, I thought for a second was the dad from Unhappily Ever
yeah,
After
yeah. I could see that.
and that 80s show.
I think it's the same guy, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So Bobo survived the fire.
Yeah,
But that's
and he
because
was,
he's
like
all
in a
muscle.
net. He wasn't burned. His clothes weren't singed or anything. He
Yeah.
was totally
Nope,
fine.
yeah, he was just looking
And
like
so
a
did,
ball sack still.
What's his name? That henchman, your favorite guy.
Ali Young.
What's his name?
Ali
Yeah,
Young
Ali
and the
Young.
other
He
guys.
survived.
They got out.
Yeah, they got out. Well,
got
they were
out
the
of
ones
there.
who poured the gasoline.
Right.
So they split.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
So this is when we get the tender moment because they're like, "Brr, our guardian is gone. Meh, let's throw this lunchbox into the
and
river."
then immediately, like one brother's like, "Just get over it." It was like 5 minutes ago.
I'm
Give up.
so
It's
done
over.
with this.
Yeah, you pussy. And he throws his Pee-wee lunchbox into the lake. And I thought the amulet was there, but no.
I always
don't
had
know
it
why
around
he
his
had
neck.
He just had a random lunchbox.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
so he
I
could
think
throw
it
in
was
the
like
lake.
filled with pictures of their guardian.
It was
Which is a
closed. He
weird
wasn't even
thing to
looking
save
at it.
out of all of that stuff.
Yeah, because he didn't walk out there with the lunchbox or nothing. Oh, their car broke down. Maybe it was in their car.
Oh, maybe.
Because he's like, grilled cheese sandwich engine doesn't work.
Who knows?
And then that's when they have their fight, and then they make up immediately. They're like, we got to stick together and come up with a plan. But I don't know why they need to come up with a plan. Their plan should be they should just get on a fucking plane and go to
That
like,
was kind of
Canada.
it, but they didn't have any money or anywhere to go now.
Yeah, but
But they
I
knew
feel like
Alyssa Milano's
everybody just
character. Like,
robs
why didn't
everybody
they
else
just
for
get
money.
friendly with her and just be like, "Hey, can we stay at your crazy cool hideout?"
Well, that's where they do go.
Eventually, yeah.
So, isn't that where they go next? They get chased by
Not after, or it is after they get chased by every gang in town.
Yeah.
Oh, is that after he called? Yeah, so then Guy Fieri gets all the gangs together because he kills the guy from The Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Weird Science.
Weird science guy, yeah. Well, I don't want to. What did he say? He's like, I'm a school teacher. Can we like keep this private or something like that?
Which is because there's a scene where Guy Fieri's in his evil lair, and you don't know how he has like money or power or like where his position in society is. He's literally just an evil guy with a shitload of money for whatever reason, and he's talking to a useless lady, cat whip woman, and he says, "Set up a meeting with all the gangs in Los Angeles Tuesday night, 7:00. I'll have Papagino's cater. It'll be great." And then she's like, "All right." And then all the fucking gangs show up. Like they're not like rival gangs or anything.
I
They're
think she
all
pulled
there.
out the Rolodex and
She was like, "Okay, we're the
all right,
Goldberg gang,
cowboy gang.
Pizza Guy
Yeah, can you guys
gang."
be there at 7? Can you pencil us in? Great.
Yeah, and
Frat
every
boy
gang,
gang, please be there promptly.
they
Mime
all
gang.
cleared
Please show
their
up a couple of minutes
calendars,
early.
and
Please be
they
sure
were all
There's
available.
plenty of parking outside this
It's
shitty building.
potluck, so please bring a dish
Or a dessert.
or a dessert. It's a pasta dishes only, please.
There will be some
need
beer
some
in the
carbs.
cooler.
There'll be a make-your-own sundae bar, but don't everyone load up on the hot fudge because that's selfish. You got to leave some for everybody else. And don't only use the rainbow jimmies because they go fast. BYOJ. Bring your own jimmies. Anyway, so they're at this
I thought
potluck.
we were going to say bring your own juice, all right? Some people like orange, some people like apple. I don't know what you like.
Orange apple.
Orange apple.
There's vegan options because it's Los Angeles.
For some of you with urinary problems, we will have cranberry. It's all right.
Like Hills Have Eyes guy. He wanted cranberry juice, and they killed him. And then they all agree to like help this guy because he kills Hills Have Eyes man.
Who was like, you can't control us. Each gang will never get along. And then it's like, oh, murder of this guy? All right. I
Yeah.
guess we'll all follow you then.
You killed one guy, sure.
So like 1 million people are set out.
I guess that's why all
to-
these gangs suck because they're all pussies.
Probably.
And like this one dude dies. I feel like gang members, especially in the future 2007, see like death and destruction every day. But one dude dies, and then they're like,
Yeah,
all
but
of
he was
sudden,
a
like,
really
submissive
big
to-
guy.
Whoa, Shadow Man is serious.
Yeah.
Guess we should do what he tells us to do.
To be
Shadow
fair, if
business.
I was in a gang and if a guy turned into a shadow, like or Alex Mack kind of goo,
Can I shadow
and then
you at
killed
work?
someone, I'd be like, yeah, maybe I'll follow that guy.
Yeah, I guess. But he can't keep tabs on all these people. So I'd
You
be
could
like,
just
I'm gonna
be
stay
like,
home and eat
yeah, you
Rice
could just be
Krispies
like,
with the
yeah,
cop.
I'll follow you. I'm just gonna go
Right.
outside for a minute and
Because honestly, all these gang members are terrible. Like they're after these two guys. So then they go to fight the Double Dragon guys. I think the Double Dragon guys are on their way to the Discovery Zone hideout of their friend there,
Alyssa Milano.
Alyssa Milano, and
They're saying that it's daytime and no gangs are out yet.
yeah,
Until they
sleep
walk
in.
into the wrong yard, to the wrong junkyard where all of the gangs are in daytime. Coincidentally,
And then but the thing is, there's like roughly 20,000 gang members, and their strategy to get the Double Dragon guys is like, there's 20,000 of us, one of us should fight them at a time. And they send
It's
like
only fair.
yeah,
it's only one
I
dude
mean,
fighting
come
each
on.
Double Dragon dude
Yeah.
at a
there are
time.
terms and conditions to being in these gangs, and
They
they
have
don't
a
want
code of ethics that they
Yeah.
need to be held up to, I suppose.
There's one person who is like, "Let's all just gang up," and they're like, "Well, you didn't read
Whoa,
the fine print."
Steve, slow down.
Yeah, we don't
Check
want
the
to.
manual.
We don't want to be mean. We are gangsters, but we have heart.
Like
All
La
right.
Costa Nostra. And then obviously they beat up a shitload of gang members, and then they go into this boathouse, which was like one of the funniest fucking parts of the movie.
It's like this mega futuristic motorcycle. Like, yeah, we're gonna use. It looks like something Michael Jackson would have
It's
turned
like
into
something
a
on display
moonwalker.
at like Home Depot.
And fucking thing fell apart.
Yeah.
And
Non-Iron Chef is like, "I know how to work this," and tries to start it, and then just piece by piece, just all bleep, bleep, bloop, bloop,
It's like
bloop.
the Bluesmobile at the end of the movie.
Oh
Like, it just
yeah,
falls into
exactly,
pieces.
exactly.
It's great.
it's like Clint Howard's police car.
Yeah, Santa's muscles.
And all the gangs are swarming this place and just like knocking at the door, punching.
Yeah,
just
like,
like,
"Can we,
hey, let
come
us
in?"
in. We're gonna fight you.
just want your amulet, please. And all the gang members are very polite. And then there's a speedboat, not Snake Eater 2, the Drug Buster speedboat, unfortunately. A legitimate speedboat that
A boat that goes in the water with with
And
an
it
engine.
speeds.
Yeah, and it speeds.
And then they break out of the boat house, and then are they safe? No, because there's two
The
guys
ski
on
jet
skidoos.
gang comes after him.
Yeah,
the wetsuit Willie gang.
and obviously they
Weirdly,
like
two guys named Willie who also had wetsuits.
Your name's Willie too, and you like wetsuits. Oh my God, let's start a gang.
It's an
So they
oddly
did.
specific gang.
And obviously there's a skidoo chase, and it's so funny because they're like, isn't this water flammable or whatever for no reason because that's cool? And he's like, yeah, I think
Because
so.
it's New Angeles and everything's pretty much shit.
Yeah.
So the water is almost pure gasoline.
Brita must be making a
the
killing
water's
in
like pure
2007.
death.
Yeah. And if you get it in your mouth, you have diarrhea for a week and lose all your hair.
It's like Shrewsbury water.
Lake Quinsigua.
And so the Skidoo guys like shoot a missile into the lake or whatever, and the lake catches on fire, but conveniently nowhere near the Double Dragon guys. And it's so funny because you see the Double Dragon guys on like their speedboat. It's just a close up 2-shot of these guys, and everything else they are not in the shot, and it's obviously like B-roll, like from some other movie that they had like in the studio. They're like, oh yeah, we need a lake that catches on fire. You can fucking use this. And it's so like disjointed from the actual movie. Which another thing disjointed from the movie is those newscasts throughout.
Oh,
which I thought were
yeah.
pretty entertaining.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
Vanna White was an anchor.
And that other guy.
The other guy, yeah. Andy Dick was a weather
Right,
person.
Andy Dick the weatherman.
It's the future. He was doing okay for himself. Probably.
He was doing it real well. This is like he wasn't like crazy or nothing. Like
Yeah.
his voice sounded
Unless
different
you
and
just
his-
consider him a wacky weatherman.
yeah. Was News Radio on 1994?
At that point, probably.
I guess so because I don't know.
I feel like news radio was a little bit later.
Did Andy?
90s?
I didn't know. I like was introduced to Andy Dick through.
That might have been when
I
like
guess-
Ben Stiller show was
Yeah,
on.
that's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or the Andy Dick show, Andy and Anus. That was a good show.
If you say so.
Rest in peace, Andy Dick show. Hey, I liked it. Whatever.
That's fair. You were the one person.
Moving. That's why it got canceled. 'Cause that was me and John were the only ones that watched it. And then they go to Discovery Zone, right?
Yeah, they jump out of their boat, which
They go to Chuck E.
blows
Cheese.
up underneath a bridge, so they're presumed dead.
Yeah.
And turns out that's not the case. They jumped out into the water. They need to find help with Alyssa Milano. So now Guy Fieri thinks they're dead.
Well, hey, they're dead. Hey, give me that amulet. It's underwater.
But
How
they,
hard can it be?
yeah, they couldn't find the amulet because the water's really deep.
Cookies.
But they still have the amulet. So they need to help. And
They try to
kinda-
use the amulet. They like there's
oh yeah, they go to
they
the
go in
Alyssa
the back
Milano's
door, which like
hideout.
is like a trash chute and like spits them into this Discovery Zone. And then Alyssa Milano's like, "Oh hey, why don't you use the stairs? Take off your shoes and put them in the cubbies, and we'll get to them when you're done in the bouncy house."
Oh my
And no
goodness, you
peeing in the
guys.
ball cage. What?
I just realized something. A reason why this movie is so good, which is skipping ahead a little. I'll just kind of give it in a nutshell
Totally fine.
to fast forward to this. They go into Alyssa Milano's hideout. They're like, hey, we need help. And they're trying to figure out how to get into the T-1000's
Pussy.
no, the T-1000's giant building because they have a Bobo captive, who they're feeding like spinach.
That
yeah.
makes him fart.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. This is before that though, so you're not jumping ahead.
Yeah.
You're jumping behind.
Oh, I'm just leading up to it.
Oh.
So Bobo is like trying to help. He's kind of giving them information on how to get into the T-1000 building, and they do, and they have a scene that we always love is an air duct scene.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
anything like
Yeah,
Drugbuster.
yeah.
There's no hookers. There's no pizza people. But still,
Pizza people.
this
There's a
movie
pizza gang,
has a
probably.
speedboat. This movie has an air duct scene.
We seem to be attracted to movies with
There's
air
a guy
duct
that
scenes.
goes, yeah. which is like the werewolf guy in Snake Eater.
Werewolf guy in
The
Snake
guy
Eater?
who like fights them on the roof.
Oh, yeah,
and he
yeah,
goes,
yeah. Right.
That guy.
Is there a fight
There's a
scene?
useless woman who has nothing to do with the plot of the movie at all.
Is there a fight scene on the roof in this movie?
Probably. There's a lot of fight scenes. I'm sure there was a roof
no.
involved.
I don't think so.
Nothing on a roof.
Nothing
That's
on a
fair.
roof.
That's fair. Any people in wheelchairs?
No.
No
I
people
don't
in
think so.
wheelchairs.
Any suck dick motherfuckers?
All of them.
All right.
The Suck and Dick Motherfucker
Cool.
gang was
Yeah.
after them, I'm sure.
Yeah. So they break into the building and they crawl through the air ducts to get to the office where
And they're fighting over who gets to go behind the girl because they want to smell her farts.
That's right.
yeah.
Farts.
So they're trying to like use fishing line
They
and a
love you,
pin
Dave.
Oh, I know.
from the air duct to
smell my
get
farts
the
all
other
day.
half of the amulet, which is on the T-1000's desk.
Yeah,
and he's
she's like
talking to a
fucking
police
shitting
officer.
Her, like, necklace is a magnet or something.
Something weird like that.
It's like the scene in Mission Impossible, the only good scene in Mission Impossible, where he's like coming down through the lasers, except they're using a necklace from a
Fishing line.
Yeah,
and
fishing
from a
line.
Cracker
Yeah.
Jack box
trying to get the amulet.
right in front of useless lady's face.
Yeah.
But she notices.
She did.
eventually.
So she stabs the ceiling with
But Guy Fieri's talking to her dad, who is the police chief.
Alyssa Milano's dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to say, like, oh, we're going to buy out the cops. And he's like, no, you're not going to do that again, which, whatever. We don't understand what that means. Maybe
Yeah,
there's
'cause
some sort of
the cops
context.
do
Yeah.
nothing in this movie.
Then that turns into them crashing into the office, and they all fight Guy Fieri, who turns into ghosts. And then they fall down elevator
one does.
shafts to the basement where they're doing weird genetic experiments with the super mega steroids, where a Bobo was turned from a regular human being to a giant testicle. And they
So
fight
this
some
room is filled
more.
with giant testicle people,
Right.
Because he possesses the dead testicle bodies
Yep.
and fights.
They
He possesses
fight some
what,
more.
like a
dead
basketball player,
basketball
zombie
player,
basketball
yeah,
guy.
who kind of looks like what's his name from Double Trouble with Jean-Claude Van
Double
Damme?
trouble. I don't know.
Who's the basketball player that was really popular back in the 90s?
Dennis Rodman?
Dennis Rodman. Yeah, you look at
Kinda
Dennis
looked
Rodman.
like him.
Nothing like
I was-
Dennis Rodman.
I was,
He was white, wasn't he?
Dennis Rodman?
No,
Dennis
not
Rodman?
Dennis Rodman, the
No.
zombie guy.
No, I think-
No,
I think
he was
zombie
bald.
guy
He had
was-
makeup on to make him look kind of dead, but he
He
was
looked
not.
really pale.
Yeah, because he's dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
but he didn't look white. He just looked pale for a black
Let's agree
guy.
to disagree.
Yes, and Iron Chef gets captured while Alyssa Milano and the other guy get away. So they go back to Alyssa Milano's hideout.
And she's like, don't worry. I know your mother figure is dead and your brother's been kidnapped, but I kind of want to fuck you, so you should be happy. And he's like, okay, yeah, totally. He's into it.
And that's when all the gang members show up again and beat up all the little kids.
Yeah.
And Iron Chef shows up and they're like, Billy, you're alive. But he's being possessed. So they fight. Billy and Jimmy, they fight. And T-1000 gets both pieces of the amulet after fighting. And the amulet gets like kicked out of his hands. And he turns into these weird
double dragons.
Demon samurais.
double shadow dragon men with swords.
He turns into like the California raisins, basically.
Yeah,
Well,
with
like,
samurai masks on.
Like real quick, just before this, when they're all fighting, like the like Alyssa Milano's fighting the Whip Lady, and like they made these jokes where it's like Whip Lady's like, "Who's the boss now?" and then Alyssa Milano makes a joke to her is all like, I usually put people in General Hospital.
I generally put people in the hospital.
And I'm thinking,
Yeah.
like, would kids who watch this movie at the time know
all
what they're
those-
talking about?
that
Probably not.
General Hospital demographic that they're
Yeah.
after with the
Oh,
Double
yeah.
Dragon movie.
Oh, so we also got to point out when T-1000 is talking to the two henchmen guys, he makes a Huey Lewis and the News joke because apparently their names are Huey and Lewis.
Oh,
He
yeah.
goes,
Oh.
hey, Huey, Lewis, got any news?
Yeah.
That's a
Waka
good one.
waka.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
I'm dumb.
Yeah.
Anywho, so
They fight.
He fights the
and
dragons.
Apparently, the dragon's weakness is sunlight.
I guess, yeah, I
just
think,
any
I
kind
think
of light?
that's why
Oh, yeah, wait.
T-1000 was wearing sunglasses all the time.
Yeah.
Because I think when he has the amulet, sunlight is bad for him. He's kind of like Gizmo.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's because Guy Fieri always wears sunglasses.
On the back of his head.
Yeah, on the back of his head eyes.
Head eyes, yeah.
And so I just have to rewind real quick because Billy finally uses the power of the amulet to turn super strong.
becomes indestructible.
And basically, he doesn't know how to turn on the amulet the entire movie. And to turn on the amulet, you basically have to say, fuck this thing, and throw it. And then it boomerangs back to you and turns on. So he
It's
should have
like,
just been
"You
like,
did
fuck it, and threw it away.
That's the real power.
Yeah, it doesn't. And then he turns into Invincible Billy. And then they fight, and he gets both amulets somehow. I forget.
Yes, the T-1000 gets him until Billy and Jimmy both beat him with light. And they both take half of the amulet and put it together, and then they get the sweet
Pajamas.
blue
Sparkly
and
outfit.
red,
Bedazzled pajamas.
yeah, sparkly
They're
outfits.
like at the end of Breakin' and Breakin' Through
Right.
Electric Boogaloo outfits.
The Discovery Zone needs our help, guys. Let's
And-
karate to save it.
And they beat up the T-1000. And then the police bust in, and they arrest him because Iron Chef
And he possesses
his body and writes him like a check. The police department,
and he
who
does that
desperately
while you're
needs
hitting yourself,
funding,
and he hits himself.
writes him a check for like
$129 million.
yeah, which is oddly specific.
In 2007 money, that's like $50.
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know.
bucks
Probably
buys you a lot
buy
of
like
trash to
4
put in your-
guns,
Car, I guess.
and all is right with the world.
Well, at the very end, a Bobo comes up. He's like, "Oh, hey guys, look at your cool car. Can I drive your car?" And they're like, "Oh, he's just being ghostly possessed by Billy. It's okay. I'm gonna put this thing in drive. And here we go." And then they drive off into the sunset.
Yeah, wait, how does their car work again? Who the fuck fixed their car?
All the kids.
Yeah, the
Child
kids
Know how to
labor.
fucking fix a car?
Child labor.
because the car was all
Yeah.
like painted and stuff. So like, yeah, definitely the kids.
They made it the double
These
dragon
kids are
shaggin' wagon.
Yeah.
karate experts and master mechanics as
yeah,
well.
there you
There's
go.
a body shop.
Listen,
They
when
fixed
you're a
that girl
kid in
cheese
New
engine.
Angeles and you don't have a home and you don't have parents and you don't go to school, you got to fill your time with something. you
Yeah,
know?
video games. Because there was the Double Dragon arcade box.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
inside
yeah.
their hideout.
And all the other
Guy Fieri
ones.
punches it.
which is, I think one of you guys pointed out, it looked like a daytime version of the Foot.
Yes.
Hideout from Teenage
From the
Mutant Ninja
first
Turtles.
Ninja Turtles movie.
Yeah.
And all the other arcade cabinets had spray painted on them so you couldn't see what they were for
Yeah.
copyright infringement.
I mean, not Konami.
Shigeru Komi body.
Yeah.
Double
This is Danky Kang, not Donkey Kong.
And then the very last part of this movie, which was my favorite part of the movie, was the two henchmen with Ali Young and the other guy
They're just like on the
just
side of the
bantering
highway.
on the side of the road.
Yeah,
like,
they have signs that say like "Will hench for money" and
Yeah.
like something like that. And that was the movie.
That's Double Dragon.
So it was directed by James Yukich, he's directed a crap ton of stuff, but it's only has to do with like music. So it's like, live concerts
Break
of
Into
like
Electric Boogaloo?
what's that?
Break Into Electric Boogaloo?
No, like Phil Collins live at blah blah blah
Oh,
DVD
so
or,
he's like a technical
or
director.
Genesis or Bruce Springsteen somewhere. So that's pretty much all he did.
Well, he did a goddamn knock-up job with Double Dragon.
Yeah.
He did.
Phil Collins could use some more karate in his live show.
So there were 4 guys involved in writing this movie. One is Paul Dini, who if
I'm
you're
seeing double.
if
dragons.
you're a Warner Brother cartoon fan or a DC Comics fan, you know him very well. He's written a bunch of DC Comics stuff, but he was also heavily involved in like the Batman cartoons, the Superman cartoons, Batman Beyond, Tiny Toons, just like a crap ton of different Saturday morning cartoons that were on the WB. Which is pretty cool. Another guy named Peter Gould, who was a producer and writer for Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul.
Cool.
So he went on to do something cool. This
Really
guy,
went downhill from Double Dragon.
yeah. Another guy named Michael Davis, who went and he wrote
Quadruple Dragon.
3 movies that I actually...
Oh, my God. Ooh. Other people sit in that chair, you know.
3 movies, 2 of which are very, very...
This is why you stand up, Kevin.
What's that?
This is why you stand up.
Yes, it is.
You never know what chair Dane has farted in.
That's right. 2 movies that I absolutely love that no one else has ever seen, and 1 movie that was just over the top ridiculous. 1 movie called 8 Days a Week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that movie's
Holy
awesome.
crap.
Yeah, where there's a guy who like...
It's basically 100 girls. Except
That's
it's
the other
same
movie.
guy?
That's
Yeah,
the other
right.
movie. 100. Oh my God! You guys, no
I
one
haven't-
else has ever
really?
seen
Oh
those
man,
movies.
that was like
Yeah,
a staple
I
in
love
high
those
school.
movies.
Oh yeah.
Those are
So
awesome.
you know what's so funny is I'm sure you guys either really love this movie for how over the top it was, or absolutely hate it. He also wrote Shoot 'Em Up.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I fucking love that movie. I was trying to.
This is
like,
why you
find
guys
it
are my
to
best
watch it.
friends.
Yeah.
So he wrote those movies, and then Neil Schusterman, who wrote Pixel Perfect,
What is that?
was a Disney movie.
Oh.
I can't read my own. R.L. Stein's Haunting Horror, Animorphs, and
God.
Goosebumps episodes.
Sweet.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Does it know which episodes?
I don't, but he wrote like 20 episodes.
Oh, he's probably involved Werewolf in Fever Swamp.
You know,
could've been.
I'm kind of taken back because when I watch this movie, it feels like it was made by the same people who did
Street Fighter.
and Surf Ninjas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
can
couldn't
see
find
that.
anyone, writers, producers, directors, anything to
connection.
do with either
crazy
of those.
because they all seem like they're all like in the same universe.
Yeah.
You know?
So I only have one interesting fact besides like those dumb kind of jokes that they made is so they filmed that part where they're racing or they're being chased in the water in Cuyahoga Falls River or Cuyahoga River in Ohio.
What an interesting fact,
I
Kevin.
know. But what they did, so when they were filming, they had like a bunch of news reports being like, hey, if you live in this area, they're going to be filming a movie and there's going to be a lot of explosions and blah, 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 on this date. And they did it for a while. And they filmed it, had all those explosions.
Exploded
and
Ohio.
in a matter of 10 minutes of filming that, they got over 200 emergency calls because apparently
wow.
people don't watch the news. And also, funny enough, that river is now heavily polluted.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, they made good with their promise in New Angeles.
Yeah.
That it's going to give you
That it's
diarrhea for
liquid
8
death.
days if
Yeah,
you drink it.
liquid
Your hair's going to
death.
fall out.
Probably from putting all the gasoline to make that river explode. Yeah.
All the fish are dead, and that entire town has, like, cancer now.
Yeah. It's not too bad.
Whatever.
So, we're going to guess on the ratings. So, Amazon rating.
Out of what?
5-star rating.
Oh,
What do
boy.
you think this movie got? And
5 stars.
This is
Easy.
for the VHS version because you
man.
can find it on VHS.
I'm
on
gonna
Amazon.
say 3.5.
Topher
5.
5. 3.4 stars. Yeah.
I'm going on there and giving it 5.
Now the IMDb rating, which is out of 10.
2.
Topher says 2. And Train
2.5.
3.6 out of 10.
You prices righted me.
Yeah. Dane's closest
$1
without going
Bob.
over.
Down.
1 star, Bob.
Spin the wheel.
So
Dave.
on Amazon, you can find the VHS version. Specifically search Double Dragon VHS. 40 cents.
what
Or
a
47
deal.
cents. Sorry,
Sweet.
47 cents.
Oh.
Or you can get it
2007 money or now money?
in Now Money. Plus shipping. I didn't look at that. And on eBay, you can find it for like $4 to $10. The $10 ones were like free shipping, so it wasn't too bad. So, all right, you guys. Now it's our turn to rate it. Out of 10 Double Dragon amulets, not 10 halves, 10 Double Dragon amulets.
Ones that are complete.
Ones that are complete.
So 5
No,
points
no.
for
It's
5 points for the body and 5 points for the soul.
That's right.
That's why I have 10. Oh shit, you said it.
Yeah.
Put together. Okay.
What would you guys rate it, Dane Train? We'll go with you first.
Woo! I am going to give the Double Dragon a 9.5 out of 10.
9.5.
This movie is fantastic.
man.
I love it. It's super great. It's so hard to think of anything that made this movie bad. I love the cheese
That
ball
one
90s
scene,
CGI.
that one scene where
lunchbox
they're
scene.
mourning the death of the woman,
Yeah,
and they
yeah.
throw the they throw
That was the only
lunchbox.
slow part of this movie. That took away my half
And
point.
it was only like 59 seconds long.
They had
Not even
no
a minute.
callback to the lunchbox thing. You're just like, they throw it. You see, there's even a shot where they watch it sink.
Right.
That's it. You
I
don't
thought
like.
it was like important.
Yeah.
No, the funny thing
exactly.
is like I kind of mentioned this to you.
That lunchbox
Kev,
has
but,
diarrhea now.
Like I'm typically not crazy about 90s movies that have this aesthetic, but I like this movie a lot.
Yeah.
So it's awesome.
It was really aimed for kids too, which is weird. The director even went on record and saying like, we just wanted to make a fun, lighthearted kind of movie, which is weird because it's still PG-13.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Did you drink that water, Dane?
Oh yeah.
You had
yeah.
liquid death over here.
Wow.
He's got liquid death farts.
You wave it directly in my face every time. Thank
sorry.
you so much. I appreciate that.
Oh my goodness.
That's
wow.
why I stand directly
Your
across
farts,
from
1
him.
star.
You always know if it's
Yeah.
if it's warm.
You've got your fart.
This thing's gonna
dodging
swarm.
down.
Yeah. All right, Topher, out of 10 Double Dragon amulets, what would you give this movie?
I give it 5 soul amulets and 4 body amulets for a total of 9 amulets.
All right.
Maybe a pendant of life. But yeah,
That's only if you
9.
get caught by a temple
that the
guard.
temple guards don't take away from you.
Yeah.
If the Temple Yard gang. Temple
And you have to
Yard
put
gang.
together the silver monkey.
Yeah. Which no one can do.
Yeah, it's
apparently.
the easiest one. Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this movie's fucking awesome. The only bad thing is that lunchbox scene, which isn't even that bad. And thanks again, Scotty, for this is the first time I saw this movie, and it's fucking bananas, and I love it. Thanks, dude.
Yeah. It is pretty great. I'm going to go ahead and give it, I'm also going to give it a 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 Double Dragon amulets.
Yeah,
It's
all right.
fun. It's great. I like it. I don't know what else to say. I remember watching it on USA Channel as a kid. But yeah,
After
it
Problem Child.
yeah, on Sunday afternoons.
So for
Oh,
all
God, I
you
smell
goons
your
out there
farts.
who say that there are no good video game movies, they do exist right here.
If
Here
you
is
like Street
proof.
Fighter,
Yeah.
you'll like Double Dragon.
And if you don't like Street Fighter,
You're a fucking
go
idiot.
fuck yourself because that movie is awesome, okay?
don't listen to our podcast, if you don't like Street Fighter. Or if you like Papa
No,
Gino's
no, no.
Pizza.
You're all entitled to your opinions. That's fine. I mean, really.
I mean, we're saying you're wrong, but you're also entitled to your own.
What can I say?
Your own trashy opinions.
Anywho,
So you can reach out to us on Twitter at the VHS Bandits, or you can like us on Facebook. Please like us on Facebook. We don't have 100 likes yet, do we?
we're getting there.
Yeah, it's the new year.
Few to
We
go.
just don't have 100 likes.
Come on, get those like bots
Yeah.
out there. Get some fake Twitter accounts to follow us.
Facebook.com/the VHS Bandits. You can email us at the VHS Bandits at gmail.com or follow our Instagram account, which is
At VHS
at
Bandits.
VHS Bandits. Hashtag VHS Bandits.
And
Hashtag chicken fries.
if you guys
Hashtag
Would-
Dane Farts.
if you guys feel at all so inclined to want to donate a tape to us, much like our fan Scotty did, or even if you wanted to send us a tape to watch and do a podcast, we'll send it back to you if you want. Just, again, email us or shoot us a private message or something like that on Facebook. That's great.
More than happy to do that.
If you guys want to do that, we'll give you the address, and or if you guys want to do some tape trading or anything like that, we're more than happy to do that. And even if you guys want to be a guest on the show at some point, we're going to try to hook that up. So, if you guys wanted to send us a tape, or if you have one that we already have, or just talk to us, and we'll see what we can do. We'd love to have some guests on the show. That'd be awesome.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can I do one cheap plug?
Oh, absolutely. Cheap
So,
plug.
cheap plug. I just want to say, if you like video games and if you listen to our podcast, you're going to like the podcast and the whole universe of stuff on YouTube and everything. You should play this.
You should watch YouTube.
You
If you
should
like our
watch-
podcast, check out this
Go to
website.
YouTube.com.
YouTube.
RedTube.com.
Yeah.
No.
YouTube.redtube.com.
Check out the You Should Play This podcast. It's my buddy Jeff, who we used to do a radio show together back on Cape Cod. Cape Cod. She plugged for Cape Cod. It's not that great. But listen to it. They did a great recap of like the best and worst video games of 2016 and whatnot.
Has he ever done an episode on Double Dragon?
I don't know. I'll
It's
have to
about
look in the
time.
backlog.
Yeah. What a great crossover.
Dun, 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 dun. Double Dragon crossover.
Because it's the Double Dragon.
And
Making up my own soundtrack to that movie.
We are on YouTube too, so check out
yeah.
VHS Bandits, or just type in. I found it if you just type in like VHS Podcast, we'll pop up. So, we're on there too. All of our episodes are up there. So
Perfect.
So
There's
if
a
you're listening
lot
to
of
this,
different
stop
ways.
and go on YouTube and listen to it for some reason.
yeah, I mean, sometimes if you're at work and you're
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
computer,
yeah.
you do. I mean,
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
listen to
I do
podcasts
that
on
all the
YouTube.
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So
There's a million ways to share the VHS Bandits with all your friends. Hopefully they won't hate you afterwards.
do it.
We would love to get lots of people to listen to us so we can get more VHS Bandit fans out there. And hey, who knows? We might even have a clothing line coming up.
oh yeah.
Who knows?
Oh,
That
yeah.
might be somewhere in the
Mosquito
future.
being revived by the VHS Bandits.
Yeah.
Also, rate us on iTunes, please.
Yes. That will definitely...
Only if you like us.
Yes. Or lie. That's fine.
Yeah, lie
we don't
about
care.
liking us.
Yeah.
Ugh.
We
Another
don't lie in
fight.
our ratings, but you can.
Right.
So anyway, that's going to wrap up this episode of the VHS Bandits, episode 23. We watched Double Dragon. As always, I am the KevBot. Thank you so much for listening. With me is...
Very flatulent Dane Train.
Very covered in Dane Train's farts, Topher Hansen.
All right. Thanks again for listening. And as always, be kind and rewind. Double Dragon, we power the Double Dragons.